Have you ever encountered a person who made you feel special? Even if it wasn't a romantic pursuit, you probably had a conversation with this person and their words or their aura made you feel seen and heard. True eye contact, a hand on the shoulder, a hearty laugh. Little things that wouldn't mean much on their own, but being combined all at once made for a particularly memorable interaction. You weren't being played or taken advantage of. You were affected by that person's charisma. Charisma is a powerful human trait that fuses friendliness, warmth, influence, and likability. Having charisma or being charismatic draws people in. It makes them want to listen or interact on a level that goes beyond a cursory exchange. People with charisma have the power to inspire others, control conversations, and lead entire groups of people to accomplish goals. You will probably never forget a conversation or interaction you had with a truly charismatic person, even if it was a short ride in an elevator or passing the time while standing in line at the bank. Why? Because it represents the best of the human experience, being seen, heard, and being made to feel like you matter in a sea of other people, while events much larger than you happen all around. If you have ever wanted to spread this kind of feeling as a way of making the world a better place, one interaction at a time, there is good news. Charisma can be learned. Even if you're shy and introverted, it's possible to learn how to wield charisma to make yourself a better person and a more complete human. If you want to become magnetic to others, feel more confident in yourself, or be able to make a stranger's day by making them feel special, let's talk about how you can learn charisma. To learn charisma and become your best, most authentic self, you're going to have to commit to a few things. These will be easier if you, aren't afraid of talking to people. But even if you are, it's going to be okay. Everything can become second nature with practice. As stated before, you just have to commit to it. The first step on your road to being charismatic is to develop sociability. Yes, that means being able to talk to people, but it's also more than that. Being sociable means more than saying thank you when someone holds the door open or reacting to another person's interactions. It means going out of your way to start interactions yourself. Whether you're sitting next to someone you find attractive on the bus or waiting to use some equipment at the gym, push yourself to strike up a conversation. There's no reason not to, and every attempt makes that difficult step a little easier. It's going to be uncomfortable at first, and you're going to get shut down or ignored dozens of times. But this is the first step, and it can also have a number of benefits outside of learning to be charismatic. Developing sociability and learning how to interact with confidence goes beyond learning how to be charismatic. It can improve your mental health, enlighten your mood, and promote a sense of safety and belonging for yourself and the people around you. It'll help you get better at opening up and confiding in others, things that are becoming more and more scarce in today's world. If you're having trouble with this step, it's okay. Learning charisma is a marathon, not a sprint. Just get that first interaction with a random person out of the way. Sometimes that's enough to give you the momentum to progress. Say more than the standard, "Hi, how are you? I'm good, how are you?" and etc. Say something out of the ordinary. Make that person really interact with you instead of just giving autopilot responses. Say something like, "Oh, that was so nice of you to hold the door for me." Or, "I have to ask, where did you get those shoes from?" Don't be afraid to say something that will start a conversation. After you do this once, it'll become easier. And before too long, it will become second nature. That's the goal. The next step to becoming charismatic is to be authentic. People will be able to tell if you're being fake, and no one wants to interact with a fake person. All of your attempts at interaction and conversations have to be authentic to yourself, your personality, and your likes or dislikes. If you don't care about shoes, carrying a conversation about shoes is going to be tough, but maybe you know a lot about watches and you notice someone wearing a watch you know a lot about, or maybe they're sitting with a book you've read in the past. You should always be authentic and true to yourself, but when you're more skilled, you'll be able to talk to anybody with ease, even if they don't have an in that you can easily comment on based on your interests. As with most things, confidence is key. People rarely, if ever, want to talk to someone who looks like they want to curl up into a ball and roll away so nobody can see them. Being confident and putting on a strong face with a welcoming smile is an important step to learning charisma. It's what draws people in and makes them want to listen to you. This step will also be difficult for many people, but here are a few things you can keep in mind when trying to break out of your shell to exude confidence. Strong eye contact, confident body language, a relaxed body is a relaxed mind. Utilize touch tastefully and within reason. A strong handshake or a hand on the shoulder is enough. Don't be afraid to share values. People respect that, and being strong in your convictions is one of the most confident things you can do. Use these points as a kind of checklist when you're starting out, and it will become second nature before too long. Just follow them and try to stay calm. Once you're pulling all of this off and controlling the conversation with a group of people, you'll be shocked at how your social anxiety just melts away and how control of yourself you really are. Finally, the last step in learning charisma is to genuinely develop an interest in other people. If you get every other step down to a science but leave out the last one, you aren't displaying charisma. You're probably just coming across as a jerk who needs to talk. Charisma is about being out in the world and talking to people, but more importantly, learning from them, understanding them. Telling an engaging story and making others smile or feel important is fantastic and a great thing to do, but doing those things with a surface-level connection can cause it to feel hollow in the end. Instead, find out what motivates and inspires people. Really learn about them on an individual basis and on a deep level. Every person is unique and interesting. You just have to put in the effort to make that deeper connection, one that makes a difference in that person's life. That is what true charisma is. When you achieve a truly charismatic lifestyle, there is no limit to the things you can experience. That person next to you, someone you might not have paid any attention to before, could end up becoming a great friend, the source of an amazing idea, an amazing conversation, or even a lifelong partner. As you build charisma, you'll be able to create stronger friendships and working relationships, perform better in job interviews, learn how to navigate difficult political and personal conversations, and inspire others. You won't be afraid to go against a group to stand up for what you believe in, and you could build a network of people who genuinely want to support you and see you succeed. You could finally build the confidence you've always wanted to have, but didn't know how to get it. That confidence is just a byproduct of people reciprocating the genuine interest and appreciation you show them. But most importantly, learning to build your charisma and interact with the people around you will show you that not all people are bad. We have been trained to view everyone as a potential threat, and it's still important to be careful, but we miss out on so much by closing ourselves off to potential conversations, friendships, and interactions with the people in our communities. Learning charisma, wielding it, and helping other people build their own charisma is something that could change our world. The sooner you begin practicing these steps and concepts, the sooner you will be able to understand people, control conversations, and improve other people's lives as well as your own. Take control of your life and realize all of the amazing things you can accomplish when you put your mind to it, commit, and put in the effort to achieve them. Don't waste time. Start right now after this video and see the self-improvement and gratification you'll feel when you've learned to be your most true, authentic, and charismatic self.